What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Leah Clinay, back with another video. Today, as you can see by the title, I wanted to sit down with you guys and kind of just get back a little serious. It's been a minute since I did another kind of just sit down and talk by myself. So I kind of wanted to sit down with you guys and kind of just bring it back to day one of my channel. So before we get into the video, make sure you go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe, y'all. We almost at 300 subscribers. So we're about to just get straight into the video. As you all know, I started out my channel with a very serious video and more of a personal video, and I told you guys that I wanted to, you know, make this channel about positivity. I wanted to be a good influence on people, especially like myself, and I just wanted to be kind of like a light to the world, since there's already so much darkness. You can never have too many lights. I didn't want you guys to think that I forgot about this. I kind of just wanted to like put my feet in the water of YouTube. So for you guys that came to my channel and specifically subscribed and watched mainly because of the first video I put out, this is going to be for you guys. I didn't want y'all to think like, you know, you come to my channel and you see one video that's about me being adopted, or, you know, that type of video. You like, dang, I kind of want to hear more about her story or whatever. But at the same time, I wanted to be careful, because even though I knew I was ready and I wanted to share my story, and I don't regret it at all, I'm actually happy that I did it at the time I did, I still, you know, it's still very personal to me. So there's some things that, of course, I want to keep to myself, and I also want to be careful on when and how I say it. And at the same time, even though it's my story, a lot of the stuff and the information affects other people as well. So I have to be very like kind of careful when it comes to that. So that's why I've kind of like been postponing this video. And at the same time, even though like I came into YouTube with that type of video, I didn't want people to think, which I know you shouldn't care what people think, but anybody knows me, y'all know that's one of my biggest flaws or problems, is that I kind of care a lot what people think. So I didn't want people to think that, oh, she's using that as like to get sympathy from people, or to get followers, or to get views, because my first video just hit 2,000 views. Thank y'all for watching. But I didn't want people to think like, oh yeah, she knows if she posts a video with that title in there saying something about it, people gonna watch. Or like, I didn't want to like drag it out and every video is about it, because that's not what I'm doing. If anything, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, that's the video I would want more people to watch, to like be motivated. But that's the hardest video to make, and that's the hardest video to put out. That's why I did it first, so I could just get it over with. The other videos, super easy to record, super easy to post, super easy to talk, but these videos are harder for me. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm using that as sympathy card or whatever, because it's my story. So I'm gonna talk about it. So like I said in my first video, I wanted to carry you guys along with me through my journey. But the main thing I wanted to show was my journey of, you know, just being adopted, and also just kind of learning more about that part of me. Y'all are actually, like, that's the crazy part. Like, yeah, I grew up with this and I had to deal with it. But y'all are actually watching some things unfold for the first time. Like, you're experiencing with them. No, you're experiencing those moments with me for the first time. So, you know, I wanted to bring you guys along my journey. That's why I'm making this video today. It's some good news, and it's some more info about me and my journey. So the first thing I want to say is that being adopted, that's why I was always careful growing up, and I guess I was kind of scared to kind of like want to know more and ask people, because I was like, you know, it affects other people than just yourself. Even though, yeah, the kid that is adopted is not the victim, but, you know, the main person that feels the most, I feel like, because they're the ones that's taken from home to home, or, you know, having to leave their birthplace, or whatever the case is. But at the same time, it also affects other people. Growing up, of course, it wasn't only hard for me, it's also hard for my parents. It was also hard for my siblings, family members, and of course, probably my birth mom. When I say hard, I don't mean like they're like stumping around like, oh, I wish we didn't adopt her. I wish. No, not that at all. It's just knowing in the back of their mind, one day she's gonna want to know more. Like, it's hard because they're my parents at the end of the day. They raised me. They know me best. They instilled everything in me. So the thought of like, you know, having to share, kind of, I guess that's the way to explain it. It's hard, like, and I completely understand that. But my advice to parents that are in like my parents' shoes is, I know it's hard for you, and I know it's, you know, but it's okay. If they come to you and want to talk about it, the best thing to do is to talk to them, because no matter how they feel, they're going to feel 10 times better if they know they can come to you and talk about it, and they can have that open relationship and honesty. But for the most part, they've been very supportive, and, you know, we've had kind of an open relationship about it over the years. But I think the hardest part was actually saying, okay, let's just do it, you know, let's talk more about it, let's learn more about it, you know, let's set up a time where you can meet with your birth mom, all that. I think that was the hardest part. It's just, and then not even on just their end, also me. It's like, you know, even though I was ready, it was at the same time, it's kind of scary because you don't know what type of new doors you're opening. With that being said, my first video, that's why I really feel like it was a God thing. I really believe that it was God's timing, it was God's plan. I know I'm 20 years old and I'm just now, you know, kind of putting my story out there and kind of like doing all this stuff. Some people might think, why'd you wait so long? Da, da, da. That's another piece of advice I got. Live your life. You're on track with your life. Just because this person was able to do something you've been wanting to do at 16 or 15 or 18, and maybe you don't get to do it till you're 20 or 30 or 40, that doesn't matter. It's your life. Don't let other people try to pace your life for you. So I really believe that it was God's timing for me to put that video out and for me to sit down and talk about it. So that video really kind of just, I don't know, it kind of just opened a door for me. Not only a door of relief and confidence, and like also being able to share my story and influence other people and impact other people's lives, it also opened that door for the next step in my journey. You know, of course it was hard for my parents because I didn't know how they was going to react to the video, but I think it really like showed them, okay, she's ready, and you know, it's time. But a couple weeks after that, my mom kind of texted me, and she was just like, she just basically no ifs, ands, or buts, straight to the point. Like, hey, I set up a time. This day you can go over there and talk with her. So it kind of shocked me because, you know, like I said, that was the most difficult part, was for all of us to be on the same page and kind of like, you know, make that big step. And like I said in my first video, or I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but you know, my birth mom is biologically related to me. So therefore, it was easy for me to go see her because the people she's around are also my family. So it was really, really easy. It's just a matter of fact of making that big step. So my mom told me that I could go over there and talk with her. I was like, dang, like, you know, it meant a lot to me that my mom came to me. I didn't have to go to her. So that happened, and I'm like, okay, it's getting real now. And mind you, because we were so close growing up, You know, we all live in the same community. There were times where I've seen her before, so it's not like a complete stranger. It's just the fact of, out of respect for everybody, you know, it just wasn't one of those things where we talked. And my mom told me that, I'm like, I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm like, dang, like, you know, it's kind of hit me now, like, it's really about to happen. And not saying like it was a scary thing or something bad could have happened. Like, no, that's not it at all. No matter what happens in your life, whenever you got to open a new door or go into the next chapter or the next phase, or you're taking an opportunity or you're taking a big leap, you always get scared. Like, it's always a feeling of you're happy and you're excited, but it's also anxiousness, if that's the word. It's also fear. It's also doubt. It's also overthinking. And I just want to let you know that's nothing but the devil trying to stop you. It's also, that's nothing but negativity. That's nothing but, you know how you got an angel, and they metaphorically speaking, they say you have an angel and a devil on one side. The angel's telling you, like, this is your moment, sis. Like, you got this. This is all you. You about to glow. You about to grow. You about to shine. And then the devil's like, you need to wait. You need to calm down a little bit. This is not your time, sweetheart. You was gonna fail. This is a big mistake. You know what could happen. This, that, to the third could happen. And that's how it was for me. And I know that's how it is for a lot of you guys as well when it comes to making those big steps. But not only is that could be negativity, it also should be, instead of taking those feelings as a sign to back down or back out of whatever you want to do, those feelings, if anything, is the sign of you're doing the right thing. Some people are lucky. Some people are able to do stuff like that and not be nervous, not be scared. They just all go. But 9 times out of 10, if you don't have that like gut nervousness or like uncomfortable feeling, it's not the right move, because anytime you're about to move into a next phase, next chapter in your life, you're going to feel uncomfortable. That's because you're about to do something you've never done before. That's because you're about to do something that you're not used to. But that's when you learn. That's when you grow. You can never grow, you can never learn, you can never move forward if you continue to do the things that you're so used to doing. If we all stayed, kindergarten was probably the easiest grades of our life. If we all stayed in kindergarten forever just because it was easy, comfortable, we didn't have to learn nothing new, we would all be, not stupid, but you know what I'm saying? Like, each year, you go to a different grade level, first, second grade, no matter how many people you know at that school, no matter what, the first day is always nervous, scared. But it's because you're about to learn something new, you're about to grow. So I kind of just wanted to enter that in for you guys. Look for those opportunities that make you uncomfortable. Go for those things that make you feel uncomfortable, because 9 times out of 10, that's where you're going to grow the most. Back to the story, I want to stay on track. Once we set up a time and all that, I'm like, oh shoot, it's getting real now. You know, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little scared, thinking of overthinking and all that. So, I believe we set it for the day. It was like right before me and my boyfriend's 1 year. No. It was actually the day of me and my boyfriend's 1 year anniversary. And it was like a week before I was about to move out to go to college. So it was a lot going on. So I could have easily like, no, it's too much going on, let's put it off. But no, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to stop waiting. I'm about to stop being scared. I'm about to stop trying to put it off. Now it's the time. I think the day before I had like my graduation dinner, and then so my boyfriend came with me, and then we went to his house afterwards. And I was just kind of like, you know, he's like, ain't you excited? Like, you know, you about to finally do what you been wanting to do. I kind of just started crying. I'm like, dang, like, it really hit me. There's no going back after this. Like, this is a new opening in the door. So I was just kind of crying and stuff, and he, you know, of course he told me it's gonna be okay and all that. That day came, and I went over there. It wasn't awkward, it wasn't scary, I wasn't nervous anymore. All that completely went away. It was, I mean, perfect. Of course, there's some stuff that I can't fully share in detail because, you know, I gotta keep it to myself. But just to kind of give a brief story of how it went, I walked in. Of course, I spoke. We hugged. She gave me a kiss on my cheek. Well, she asked me first, but then she gave me a kiss on my cheek. After that, we sat down. And honestly, I can't remember like word for word, but we just started talking. Like, she already had some pictures that she wanted to show me. She showed me pictures of my dad, pictures of them together when they were younger. And that's also something new. Like I told y'all in the first video, I had no clue who my dad was. I never heard much about him or nothing. So it's just door after door being open. Me being able to sit down and talk to her, I was able to learn more about him. I was able to learn his name. I never knew his name. I was able to get a picture to see what he looked like. And by the way, I look just like my dad. But I look like my birthday for real, for real. I got his nose, I got his eyebrows, I got his eyes, all that. We talked, that's the most thing we talked about because that was what I was really interested in or whatever. She also gave me some clothes. She gave me this shirt that I got on, by the way, that I haven't worn yet. This is my first time wearing it. I wanted to wear it for this video specifically. But yeah, she got me this shirt. And she got me some earrings, a jean jacket, and I was gonna wear the earrings because they matched my shirt, but I forgot. I just thought about it because I'm always wearing my hoops, so now that I'm thinking about it, I'm upset. But yeah, she gave me some stuff, and it was really like just fun. I think I had planned to sit there for maybe an hour because me and my boyfriend had planned to do stuff for our anniversary that evening, but I ended up staying there for about 2 hours. So it was never like weird or awkward, it just felt natural. That's how I knew it was God's timing. It just went smoothly for everybody. I think the most special thing for me about that was, for one, of course, finding out more about my dad. And of course, being able to just finally sit down and talk with her. And, you know, letting her talk to me also, because I know for years she's probably been wanting to talk to me as much as I've been wanting to talk to her. But the most special part about it to me was, that she told me, was, I mean, of course, growing up, I knew, because we lived so close to each other, I knew she kept up with me and, you know, asked the family how I was doing and stuff like that. But she told me, because, you know, me and my family, my parents and my brother and sister, we would travel when I was younger. They still travel. And, like, go to different churches and sing and stuff. So I was very involved. Like, I would sing and do praise dances and stuff. So she told me that one church, she knew a friend she had a friend that went to the church that we visited a lot. And the friend knew about the whole situation, and she would see me sing and stuff like that. And she said she would tell her about it and stuff, and like how beautiful I was and how, you know, and she enjoyed me singing and being able to see me, da da da. And then my birth mom was like, she told her that she was like, I blossomed into a butterfly. Because, you know, for my birth mom, it was probably hard not knowing a lot of stuff maybe that she wanted to know. But to hear from somebody else, like not inside of the family, but somebody she knew, to hear that, you know, I was becoming this beautiful young lady and I was blossoming into a butterfly. She said that really like touched her. And she knew that just from seeing me around the community and just hearing about me, she knew that I had blossomed into the butterfly that I was meant to be. So that's what it was like. It's kind of God's sign to tell her, like, you know, Leah's okay. Leah's where she's supposed to be. And I kind of started, you know, liking butterflies a lot. I know you probably seen me use it a lot. because at a point in my life, like before all this happened, even like a couple year ago, I mean, of course, growing up, you're always growing, you're constantly growing. But for me, like as I got older and life started hitting a little bit more, like I really had some significant life lessons that really changed me. And like as I got older, the butterfly really started to mean a lot to me, because it's really a beautiful symbol. Like, it's stages of growing. So I wouldn't necessarily call the caterpillar ugly, but you know, it doesn't stand out as much as the butterfly. So it's not that what you're going through now is so bad or so ugly, or you're not, you know, beautiful. It's just you're not who you're supposed to be yet. So you should never stay in that one place. So that's what really made me kind of like love the butterfly symbol so much, because things that happened in my life that really made me grow and change. And at one point I look back in the time I was in, I used to think, this is who I am, this is who I'm supposed to be, this is where I'm supposed to be, like, you feel me? Like, but now I'm completely different, and if I would have stayed that person, I don't know where I would be. So her telling me that really like touched me, and I think that's the thing I took out of it the most, was knowing like, okay, that's a sign from God. Like that's confirmation for both of us that I became who I was supposed to be. I'm not just this little, I mean, I got my shy ways, I got my quiet moments, but I'm not just this little balled up, beat up by life and stay there and dwell in the negativity and let my head mess with me, let people's words get to me. No, I took what I've been through, I took who I was, I took my story, the good and the bad, and I grew, and I became the butterfly I was supposed to be. Of course, y'all, when it comes to this topic, I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. Not only about what I've been through, but also I could talk about just stuff relating to it, like giving advice. That's one thing I love to do, is just talking to people and giving advice. Like, I know, like, just like me working at different jobs in school, I've noticed like I get along with people, but when it comes to like laughing, joking around, or like, you know, just kind of doing dumb stuff, I never really fit in, or, you know, I kind of stood out a little bit. But when it comes to talking, like sitting down and having a heart-to-heart, talking about some deep stuff, but like, that's my place right there. Like, that's where you're not gonna get me to shut up. So I could go on and on and on, but like I said, I don't want to put too much out there. I want to save some for me still, and, you know, for her and for my parents, for my family. Some stuff, it's okay to just keep to yourself. To sum things up, that first video was meant to be because it opened a new door, and everybody was able to kind of just see me and hear my voice, and that's what I hoped for, and that's what I got, and I'm really happy. I mean, of course, I'm still growing, like, I still have a lot of growing to do, but I'm really happy. And also, this video, this topic, it's not going to end here. I am going to let you know that that's not all I'm going to post, because that's not the only thing about me. Yeah, that's the biggest part about me, but that's not something that's going to like hold me back from discovering other parts of me. So that's not going to be what every video is going to be about, but I am bringing you guys along with my journey. So to me, my journey, that was the next step. And plus, you guys helped make it happen, because if it weren't for you, if it wasn't for people I wanted to put my story out there to, it might not have happened that easy. So this is kind of like a part 2 or continuance of my story. There's so much more that I still have to talk about, I still have to go through, I still want to know. Like, obviously, most of you guys know about my birth dad. That's one of my biggest goals, and I've got so much support from my family, my parents, my siblings, aunts, uncles, friends that are trying to help me. And that, because it's not easy. You have to have certain information for it to make it easy. I don't, but it's not impossible, and if it's meant to be, God willing, it will happen. So, and if you have, please, y'all, please don't hesitate to comment. Please don't hesitate to message me. Like I said, my socials are going to be listed at the end of the video. Every video, they always listed at the end, and the details. let me know if you have any advice, like any advice when it comes to any of this, especially about my birthday. If you got any tips, advice, how to go about it, what to do, all that good stuff. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on me, continue to grow, and focus on, you know, my relationship with my family and also my birth mom. And you know, that stuff has to happen off camera. That stuff has to happen behind closed doors, because that's very personal and very, you know, you don't get to experience that every day. So sometimes you have to sit the phone down, you have to sit the camera down. So there's some stuff that you can't see, but I will be sure to keep you guys updated in my journey, especially whenever something new, big, and exciting happens. I would love to share with you guys. So yeah, I really enjoyed being able to sit down and talk about this again. 9 out of 10 way easier than the first time. That's how I know I've grown and I've become, you know, I've matured. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something, got something out of it. And I think what I want y'all's takeaway to be from this is to know that we all have a I wouldn't say happy ending, but we all will have a butterfly moment. Some might have one big butterfly moment. Some might have several. The point of that is each chapter closes, but another chapter will open. So you're gonna have ups, downs, highs, lows. You're gonna go through some stuff, but you kind of just gotta have hope, be positive, think positive, and always grow, always change. Don't stay in one place. And also, I want you guys to take away from this is to go for something that makes you uncomfortable. Step out the box, step out of what you're used to. Do something that's gonna help you grow, learn something new. But yeah, you guys, it's gonna be the end of this video. More videos to come, more ideas just going through my head. I just have to find the time and a good pace to bring them out to you guys. But like I say in every video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share. Help get my channel out there, because the more people that see it, the more lives that could be impacted by my story. And you never know, your share might have somebody on your page or your follower or your friends or your group that needed to hear this today. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support so far. Thank you so much for watching me. And yeah.
I do look, yeah, do. I do look, yeah, do. I do look, yeah.